Pozdravljeni nazaj na mojem kanalu, torej en novi video. Po dolgo časa, skoraj eno leto, mislim, da je skoraj eno leto od prejšnjega videa in toti video je v bistvu ista stvar, v bistvu isti video, kot je bil tisti ta prejšnje, ampak jaz sem vseeno, meni se je zdelo dovolj zanimivo, dobil sem dovolj materijala, da sem rekel, ok, bom naredil še en video, zakaj pa ne. Torej ja, šel sem na letos spet na toti Grossman festival vina in filma. In lani je na tem festivalu bil toti častni gost Robert England, igralec, ki igra Freddy Kruegerja, Viktor Krila in pa še ostale, ampak predvsem Freddy Kruegerja, najbolj znan po tem. Če ste videli video, tako ste videli, da sem ga torej srečal, da dobijem podpis, ki ga imam celo tu v okviru na steni, tako da to bo to. Letos pa je bil en drugi, spet, kar lahko bi rekli veliko ime, ampak na nek način mogoče ne toliko. Torej, režiser John McTiernan. Ja. Torej, jaz vam zdaj recimo ena najbolj znana režiserja, kot so Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese, Alfred Hitchcock, Stanley Kubrick, to te poznate. Vsaj dva ali pa tri od teh bi mogli poznati, ker so enostavno preveč ikonični, preveč slavni, da jih ne bi poznali, tako da to te režiserja poznate, vsak pozna Spielberga recimo. Ampak če pa rečem ime kot John McTiernan, ja. Kdo?
Stick around.
John McTiernan. Nažalost ni tako znano ime in verjetno tudi vi prvič mogoče slišite za njega, ampak sigurno ste prepričani, da poznate njegove filme. Torej, zdaj vam povedal, kjer so njegovi filmi, pa vse tiste najbolj znani filmi, ki jih ima. On je režiser, ki je naredil filme kot so Die Hard with Vengeance, Predator, Last Action Hero, Hunt on the Red October, pa še ene. Ampak to je večino pač, kaj ima. Mislim, samo že pogledamo, da ima Predatorja, pa Die Hard, pa Last Action Hero, pa Hunt on the Red October, to nam pove vse. Die Hard je verjetno eni izmed najbolj znanih akcijskih filmov in pa sigurno najboljši božični film. In če mislite, da ni božični film, je. Die Hard je božični film. To je dejstvo. Ja, to je v bistvu to, tako da videli boste podobno stvar, kot je bila lani, samo da bo na mesto Robert Englanda zdaj bil režiser John McTiernan. In to je v bistvu to, upam, da vam bo video vseeno všečno in uživajte.
Dobar je bio pokaz.
Hvala lijepa, Hamburg smo bili s vama i velik aplauz za čisto. Odlično je bilo. Mi pa nadaljujemo s našim programom na 19. Grossmanom festivalu fantastičnega.
Man himself, John McTiernan.
My gun.
Here we are. Yesterday, just before Predator, we had a little stand-up. All who were there were surprised how good actor you are. How come you're such a good actor?
It was only 3 minutes long.
But
most dogs can manage it for 3 minutes.
most of the people that were there yesterday don't know that you actually studied to be an actor.
Well, actually, what I wanted to study was I wanted to study being a theater director. But it turned out it was an acting school, so I studied acting.
Since you are not directing for a long time now, are you ready to be an actor?
Oh, if somebody
act
offers
in
me a
movies.
job? Are you kidding? Of course. I'd be really happy to. Fine. Well, I'd be kind of hard put to play a teenager now.
Yeah.
So I could play an old guy.
Yeah, but
Actually, look, for the process of acting, it is wears people down, and it's very, it's particularly hard on men. So the very few men work as actors and get all the way, you know, to the latter part of their life and have, they're kind of marked as actors. Have an actor's style, and it's hard to have the basic, how do you put it, dignity or gravity that regular old men have in a town like this, anywhere. So there's always a place for, it seems, these guys just start acting late in life. The career of acting is filled with infinite indignities. And it's very, very hard, particularly for men. No, for everybody, for women too. It's filled with indignities.
I heard about all of the stars that turned down this part of John McClane. There are Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson, Clint Eastwood, Paul Newman, Richard Gere. Is that correct?
Richard Gere, that's all.
No?
Richard Gere, he's the only one.
But basically you needed every man, the regular Joe, so they get David can
No,
going.
it wasn't. The script was not a regular Joe.
No?
No, the script was actually written for Frank Sinatra. And there was a guy in expensive loafers and a sport jacket. And he was Mr. Cool.
Yeah.
And he never got sweaty, and he never got dirty, and he never, I don't know. But the studio made a deal with Bruce Willis. And they said, okay, right after it was Richard Gere, it was going to be Bruce Willis. But I don't know. I never wanted to work with him because I thought his stuff was really fascist and awful stuff, creepy. And I didn't want anything to do with it. But I had to be polite anyway. It was this really expensive Italian restaurant in Beverly Hills. And he took over the whole thing for 2 hours. Some people are really crazy.
So what happened? Would you say?
It's editors who came from television commercials. So they advertise stuff or they turn out stuff where people say, wow, that's really interesting editing. Now, you have no idea what the story was about. You have no idea who did what. But boy, it's really interesting editing. Yeah. So what they were doing is they're abusing the movie to make an ad for themselves. The space of where you are is terribly important in any scene. So I would always try to have the action sequences visually make sense, because movies are a chain of images in a particular order. If you don't know what the order is, you really don't know what you're doing. So like all these people who just put 12 cameras on stuff and then have the editor hope they can put it together. And I don't know. I've never had a lot of respect for that way of filmmaking. I was trying to put joy in the movie, and that was the word I picked. Because that's not the same as comedy at all. It's not the same as putting laughs in a movie. It's a specific idea, joy. And I was so humiliated when, see, I picked the Beethoven. I didn't know the name. It was terrible. I got to the mix. At the end, we've already made the movie, and I insisted, because the composer didn't want to use it. He wanted to compose his own stuff and own it. But I insisted, no. All the way through, it was the theme music of the thing. It was kind of the glory of what Hans is trying to accomplish, and the theme first blooms in the thing when they see the vault that they're going to open. Anyway, we got all the way to the mix of the sound. The movie's all finished. This is the last thing we're doing. And someone explains to me that the name of that piece of music is the Ode to Joy. And it was like, boy, was I absent that day. It gave me confidence in doing what I didn't know, in doing what I wasn't certain about, in doing what felt right, but I couldn't prove it.
Ok, tako kot ste videli, imel je tisti javni govor, ki ga imel tudi Robert Englund lani, in to mi je bil nekako najbolj zanimivi del tega, kaj je bilo lani, pa tudi letos mi je bilo kar zanimivo, mislim, zanimiv gost je bil, tako da mi je bilo tisto zanimivo, ko je pač govoril o raznih stvareh. Sem pa ga še pred prireditvijo imel čast, imel srečo ujeti za en podpis, za eno hitro sliko, kot ste videli, oziroma posnetek. Tako da, tu imam zdaj plakat seveda, ki ste videli, da je bil podpisan. Verjetno ga bom pokazal pa malo pobližje, ker je malo velike, ampak vseeno. Ok, to je zdaj Last Action Hero. Tu je podpis. Malo ne se zdaj mogoče res najboljše vidi, ampak tu je, to vam zagotavljam. Tako da, to je podpis John McTiernana. Tako da, na koncu po tem govoru je tako še podpisoval tam autograme, tako da sem tudi to malo posnel, ampak jaz takrat nisem znal priti, ker sem podpis že dobil prej. Tako da, ja, drugač, koliko sem ga pač na hitro srečo, mu dal roko, pa tako, ko mi je podpisal, je bil zelo prijazen mož. Mislim, moram reči, da mi je bil, vred je bil prijazen, mogoče je bilo malo bolj osebno, kot ko sem Robert Englund na srečo. Ker lani, ko sem srečo Roberta, je bila full kolona, dosti ljudi, na hitro sem prišel, tja je podpisan, je bilo to. To je bilo mogoče malo bolj osebno, ker sem jaz do njega prišel, pa to tako. Ampak ja, to je to. Tako da zdaj ne vem, če je to prihodnost tega kanala, da pač en video na leto pride, vsako leto grem polete na Grossman festival, srečam enega hollywoodskega zvezdnika. Ne vem, mogoče je pač to, kaj je tudi kanal postal, mogoče je, ampak veste kaj, jaz se ne pritožujem, meni je všeč. Anyway, to bi to. Če mi je video všeč, ne pozabite lajkati in se naročiti na moj kanal in se vidimo naslednjič, kdaj točno pa, ne vem, bomo videli.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.